folks. I was thinking last night on some very deep topics, sitting there doing the dishes and trying to really get to the root cause of existentialism within our psyche. And honestly, one of the main issues I think that comes up throughout our lives is the question of pancakes or waffles, folks. Honestly, this is one that, I think finds itself asking each and every person. And it truly is deep. Folks, thanks for tuning into VR Radio. We got Feather, my new Johnny's coming up next. Hope you're having a fantastic Thursday.
I'm just a vagabond with flowers for Algernon, an average Joe who knows what the fuck is going on. It's the hope of my thoughts that I travel upon, fly like an arrow of God until I'm gone. So drifting away like a feather in air, letting my words take me away from the hurt and despair. So I'm keeping it vertical, forever elevator, riding the escalator to the something that is greater. So I'm drifting away like a feather in air, letting my soul take me away from the hurt and despair. So I'm keeping it vertical, forever elevator, riding the escalator to the something that is greater.
Taking chances, word tap dancing with wolves in the ice arena out there deep in the woods of Arizona. The sun be out, life's ironic, ain't it? Trying to be Dali when I write surreal life, I painted vivid. Habitat crazy, insane. Watching propaganda, 6 o'clock news and insane. Cultures clash, all black folk and white trash. They rebel in the cyberspace that might crash. Dash to millennium, a million miles are running. At the speed of now, bound no return gunning. Rambo style gun, hold child gunning. Elbow plow, 2 times loud, stunning. Stunning when it hit ya, lift you off the earth like, hey yo, take you right back to earth. And niggas wonder why, they might wonder why this shit might happen, but it does. It go
Drifting away like a feather in air, letting my words take me away from the hurt and despair. So I'm keeping it vertical, forever elevator, riding the escalator to the something that is greater. So I'm drifting away like a feather in air, letting my soul take me away from the hurt and despair. So I'm keeping it vertical, forever elevator, riding the escalator to the something that is greater. Treat you better than me, cause that's the heavenly key to unlock the inner strength. What my essence will be, it's the knowledge of self, understanding of the things around me that becomes the wisdom that I need. Living this life to the best of my ability, channeling energy to my thoughts, attain symmetry. Remember me, because my prose remain gold. I got the gift of gab like them pimps and cane goals. It never ends, I keep it rolling like a cipher. The first caveman bringing fire, innovating it higher to plasma states. I raise the stakes, it's double or nothing in this vacuum space. I will survive divine to time to cry. Fuck a hold or hide, I'm alive with pride. And I drove the Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Singing this will be the day that I die.
The debate continues. Waffles or pancakes? I, for one, am a waffle pancake guy. I think the ultimate switch up is putting pancake batter in the waffle maker. So you kind of have the best of both worlds. You have the texture of the waffle, the taste of the pancake. Folks, we got Persons on the Blacklist by Onra. Great point from Tekka Guitar. He says, at home, I'll get some waffles, but if I head up a breakfast diner, I'm getting pancakes. I think he's right there. He's onto something. The true answer may be both. I think we got to the core of that one, folks. How are you guys doing today, man? How's your Thursday? For one, my Thursday's just getting started. As always, it's morning. I have not drinking coffee yet, so that's nice. But hey, we got Sweet Berries by Handbook here on VR Radio. Sydney Mitchell says waffles and pancakes are like yin and yang. That's a good way to put it. One cannot exist without the other. If you fall too hard in one side, you may lose sight and fall off your path. Balance, equilibrium must be found within the two breakfast pastries. That was Sweet Berries by Handbook. Thanks to that Zach for this next suggestion. We got Quilt by Smika. I want to give a shout out to Vigard Rain in chat. He says, gonna go on a date for the first time in forever. Super nervous. Hey man, you got this. One suggestion I can give you is eat a lot of cheese before the date. Eat cheese and onions. It will give off a very nice aroma that whoever you are seeing will immediately be attracted to. Cheese and onions. You heard it here first, folks. Interesting question from Brawl Boy here. He says, so do caterpillars know that they're going to be butterflies? Or do they just build the cocoon and be like, what the heck am I doing here? You know, I think it kind of relates to the self-development of an individual, right? A conscious individual. One who is growing, say, from the age of 13 to 23. Perhaps one of the most developmental stages in a person's psyche. Perhaps they are not aware that they are growing into a new person and growing into adulthood, but they follow the path. I think the same can be said for a caterpillar. But hey, that's just me. We got Meditate by Nohidia here on VR Radio. Waffles by New Jobbies. Folks, it's that time of the morning for your uplifting news. News to uplift your day. First up, we got from Fox 13 from some random state. in the US. It says, shelter dog who loves his food bowl gets adopted. After the story goes viral, Oliver is a stray dog who loves food and treats. In fact, he loves food so much that he became attached to his bowl at the shelter. Now, he was at risk of being euthanized, but his story led to an outpouring of support. He eventually was adopted and got to keep his food bowl. I love it. Folks, we got Fellows by Nujabes. Keep it real on Thursday. Folks, don't forget, you can jump in the Discord to maybe chat, chat about life, chat about whatever. We're an open book here at VR Radio. Click the link in the description. But hey, folks, thinking about dogs, thinking about thoughts, thinking about consciousness. I remember when I was on the search for my pup Luce, right? I was at a weird point in my life. I'm like, okay, I'm not dating anyone. I kind of want a dog. I just want to focus on work, but I also want to come home to something. So there I go, searching around various shelters here in Atlanta. I think I went to 3 or 4, could not find the right dog. And immediately I enter one shelter, and sitting there in her cage is my old Lucy. We lock eyes, and immediately I knew she is the one. She's the dog for me. It's funny how owners and dogs seem to find themselves. An unspoken connection, perhaps. But hey, folks, we got a haiku and sensory fade coming up. Hope you're having a good Thursday. That Zach wants to know, how do you fix my back? It hurts. Hey, buddy, get on the ground, do some stretches. Stretch out your back, put your consciousness into your back, and to move whatever way makes it feel better. I promise you, it will help. brilliant song. Folks, the question, how do you start a conversation with someone? What I like to do is just stare in their eyes, right? As Kimber mentions. Then stand up and sort of assert dominance via the T-pose. Okay? That will put yourself within the hierarchy. They will know where they stand. You will know where you stand. This is the ultimate conversation starter. Hey, Taka Qatar, you're live on air. What's up? Oh, yikes. Get some feedback from him. But hey, how's your Thursday going, man? So you're still on the wind stick. Like, hey, fair enough. Oh, shoot. People cannot hear you. Can you okay, there you go. Now you're good. So you're saying you haven't slept yet, man? You're pulling all night. Yeah. Dang, you're going hard into it.
Nah, I've got a bit of a night owl. A swing shift. I wake up right before work, head in, go home, hang out all night, play games, do my chores.
Hey, I feel that, man. I feel that. Hey, I was talking with someone the other day about the idea of working throughout the night or working in the morning, because you can have like that night owl sort of reference, and I find myself way more productive in the wee hours of the morning,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But then there's also the switch off of like not having the morning hours. What's your opinion on that? Is it more productive late at night or in the morning?
For me, I'm a lot more productive at night. It's something I really can't entirely explain. It's just something that it's just a preference that I've had for most of my life. It's just I find it a lot less distracting, a lot less going on.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I feel it. It's almost like when the rest of the world is asleep, it's like one can focus. I find like if I can force myself to wake up at like 5 a.m. for those like 2 hours when everyone's still asleep, the world, there's no cars passing by, the sun's just beginning to rise. I feel like those are the most productive hours, at least personally for me. But then, like you mentioned, there's those early morning hours that, or those late night hours that really get the gears going.
Mm-hmm. A lot nice and quiet. There's nothing really going on, especially for like my favorite time is like I want to say around 2200 or 10 o'clock at night is when during the springtime or the fall when it's not too hot, not too cool. It's that perfect temperature. It's kind of everybody's all going really. It's all really quiet. Just hear the motion of the city in the background, the motion of the area around you going on in the background, and you can just take a nice deep fresh breath.
Hell yeah.
Get to work.
Breathe it all in. Did I hear you say 22 hours? Are you one of the people that use military time?
I do use the 24-hour time, yeah.
I feel like that's the next level right there, man.
Thank you.
Walk in like if you're ordering something, you just be like, yeah, no, delivered at 21 hours.
It sounds a lot more commanding.
Yeah, it's almost a power move, I feel like.
The dominance, as you said.
Hey, you always gotta assert the dominance. That's one of the proven facts of life.
Indeed.
Hey man, good chatting with you. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, no problem. Have a good day.
Peace. Folks, we're chilling here at 9 hours. 9 hours to the day. Taking it. Folks, next up we got a Kala Lilies. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce the name. Thanks for tuning in. to Bird Radio.
Alright, yo.
Folks, if you have some pressing topics, I'd love to hear them. What are your questions for the universe? Throw them out. Throw them in chat. Deep or non-deep. We don't discriminate against questions here on VR Radio. Is the universe infinitely large? So that's a question. That's perhaps one of the biggest questions that we face. literally. And one of the most things I think can lead to the answers is the idea that before we had no idea what we were doing on this earth. Imagine that. Imagine looking up in the sky and not understanding that we are but a blip, a dust, a particle in a vast universe of planets, stars, and black holes. Perhaps within the past 100 to 200 years, we've discovered so much, yet so little. What I find interesting is the concept of the ever-expanding universe. Expanding the acceleration of our planet, rotating around a light particle, getting calls when you're in the middle of a radio show from Atlanta, Northeast Georgia. I'm going to answer it. I actually can't answer it because my phone, the screen is broken. There's your answer, folks. iPhone ringtone calls. The answer to the universe. Kimber, how did you get my number? I'm calling the FBI on you. How did you do it? Hey, 8 p.m. You're live on air. Where are you calling from, my friend?
Oh, hello?
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Where are you calling from?
I'm fine. I'm from Brazil.
Brazil. Hey, Brazil, my friend. It's not a Brazilian accent, but hey, what's up, man? How you doing? How's your Thursday?
Just got back from work.
Hey.
I'll be taking care of my brother this weekend.
Nice. It's one of the best feelings, man. Post work, just chilling, relaxing. I dig it. Hey, let me ask you, before we get into the deep, universal, psychological, existential things, what is your favorite Brazilian food?
My favorite Brazilian food? Well, I would say it's something not really a Brazilian food. It's a Brazilian food, but it's more local to my city.
Okay.
To my state. It's called pamonha.
Pamonha.
Yeah, it's like a sweet or salty paste made of corn. I think it's better if you search for it.
Pamonha. And is it considered a sort of dessert or a snack?
It's more like a snack.
Okay, pamonha. Boy, next time I'm in Brazil, I'm gonna try some pamonha. I always
Yeah,
dig.
it's very good.
Yeah, I always dig the sort of dish. It's very simple. I'm sure it's a staple. Sort of just rice, beans, but mixing it up with bananas. Doesn't that come from Brazil?
Rice, beans,
Rice, beans, and bananas. Yeah, my parents actually met in Brazil, and maybe it's just the city they were in, but
Yeah,
that's one of our staple.
I don't know about it.
Well, hey, you should try, man. It's delicious, and I'm gonna have to take your suggestion and try pamoya.
Okay.
Sounds
Okay,
delicious. Absolutely brilliant. Well, hey, do you think the universe is infinite? We're going from light to deep.
Yeah, I would say so. I think I believe in the theory that the universe is a living thing
Oh, interesting.
and it's always expanding. I think that the universe is like inside our own minds. Like inside our own minds, we have a universe. It's different
That's interesting.
for each people.
So perhaps we are, in a way, connected to the universe through our minds.
Yeah, I would say a fun way to say it, it's that each one of us are a god of our own universe.
That seems to be a very frequent thought process that happens in South America.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, compared to Western way of thinking, we tend to think of God as an individual, a sort of father figure that we look up to, whereas I was in Peru last year, and many of the ideologies revolve around what you said, where we perhaps have an inkling of God within us, and the one that awakes to that
Yeah,
is connected to it.
I would say it makes sense because, like, we, you and me, I don't know, people create stories and characters,
Hmm.
and sometimes when you ask these people that create stories and characters how they feel about them, sometimes I think it's common that the answer that they feel like, oh, my character is like a song to me. So it makes sense. The God and the creation. Like, you get my line?
Yeah, it is interesting how we are like the only creatures that we know of, the only species that we know of that can create, that can artistically create from that level of creativity, from that level of wanting to let what is within out through the use of art, through the paintings, writing, whatever it may be. It's interesting.
So everything we create is like a part of us. It's a form of expression.
Everything we create is a part of us.
Yes.
Well said. 8 p.m. Thanks for chatting, man. I like the way you think. It's cool.
Have a good day.
Peace. Everything we create is a part of us, an expression, a form of expression. Well said, ABM. Folks, we got a great Australian band, Willow Beats. Keep it real.
My beak is long and sharp, lucky. Won't feathers just to show you skin. Open petals between the blades, grass tickles my face. Walking up, cocooning us in the
Forest Portal by Willow Beats. Next up we got Middle School. Scratch that. Next up we got Atari Wave by Quack. Folks, Barry Markham asks, will population be a problem here on Earth? Earth or space? Let's chat about it. Absolutely brilliant song, Atari Wave by Falls. Overpopulation. I'm Not Hugo brings up an interesting point. He says, population will not be a problem with our current predictions. It's actually set to get better. China is decreasing population. India is progressing its population. Americans are having less children. You know, it's interesting. I was watching a video by the OG YouTuber, Casey Neistat, of course. Kind of going into depth about the social media effect that it's having on the Gen Z millennial love life, right? People are having less woo-woos, and perhaps that can be linked to the use of social media apps. You can get that social interaction without actually having to go outside, without actually having to have the intimacy of another individual. And even looking at my own personal life, I can attest to that. I, for one, tend to get most of my social interactions online, which kind of reduces the need to get out as much. And I'd say that has a positive in some aspects, negative in others. So perhaps the invention of the internet is nature's way of correcting the population course. That's a big theory, I don't know. But the ultimate fact does seem to be that the population is expanding. And I think it coincides with our exploration into space, which gives some hope that we will become an interplanetary species with ultimately as much room as we need. You know. It's interesting to think about. Hey, that's Zach. You're live on air. What's up, man? That Zach left. Hey, Audrey, the A. You're live on air. What's up?
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, Audrey? First question for you. What kind of coffee are you drinking?
Ooh, I don't have coffee yet.
Oh, snap. We caught Audrey in a
I'm
unique
running late
position.
on the coffee.
I'm running late. Oof. Hey, take it.
But I've got some Trio brew that I'm gonna make. It's like chocolate. It's cacao beans. So it's good. Chocolate. That's coffee.
I remember you were talking about that. It's chocolate that is coffee. Does it have caffeine in it? Or is it just like chocolate coffee?
Very little caffeine, but it has bromine or bromine. I don't know how to say it, but it's basically an alternative to caffeine that makes you not get the jittery feelings.
Oh, I see.
Caffeine crash, so it has the positive effect of coffee without the negative side effect. So it's really great.
That's interesting. Yeah, because there's always that crash, you know. It's like the high of the coffee and then the eventual crash where it's like, do I drink more coffee now or do I just write it out? That's great.
Yeah, you should try it. It's really good.
Yeah, I'll have to circle back with you. Get the Audrey review on the chocolate coffee there. Hey, so
It's amazing.
yeah, we've discussed some deep stuff, you and I. Let's talk about overpopulation.
Oh gosh.
Let's go into
Oh,
it head
gosh.
first. Head first.
Those are kind of worms right there. Okay.
You gotta get the brains moving, Audrey. You got this. You got this. My theory is that Discord, Twitter, Facebook kind of provide a certain level of social interaction that can almost take over the need for going out to a bar at times, right? And
Yeah. In some ways, yeah.
Yeah, and I wonder if it is sort of like this natural course correction that we're seeing ourselves on.
think it is. I think a lot of people feel more comfortable being able to get to know others without having to have that initial visual judgment, that initial veil that they don't have to worry about. They can kind of test out the waters with people without having to commit too much to to anything. So I think it has an appeal, but at the same time, I think it's good to have both. It's good to have face-to-face interactions and online interactions.
Exactly.
A good balance.
Yeah, it's like the balance, the equilibrium between the two.
Yeah. We don't want to forget how to interact with people face-to-face. That would be kind of sad.
Exactly. We just become like these internet creatures that just can't interact. That's the word.
We'll become clams.
Exactly. That's the future of humanity. You found it. Clams.
Clams.
Like we'll just be in our own little pods.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, hey Audrey, I hope you can get your chocolate coffee fill over there. And
thank you.
Yeah. Find the balance. We're all trying to find it.
Yeah. Balance and clams. All good.
Clams are the key to balance. We found it. Hey, I'll chat with you later. Peace.
Take care.
We found the answer to life, folks. Birds and clams. Let's see what's next up on the queue. Oh, we had a good one, folks. Fountain of Dreams by BSDU. Let me know if you have any other questions. We got about 5 minutes left here in chat. Let's get a good question going. Hey, thanks for the contribution, Henry Watkins. VR Radio is supported by listeners like you. And Todd Howard. Hey, much appreciated, guys. Todd Howard out here with the deep questions. I'm not even going to repeat it. But thank you for the contribution, Todd. Hey, that's Zach. You're live on air again. How are you, man? Hopefully the internet is working. Can you hear me? That's Zach. Coming in for That Zach. Transmission received for that. What's up, Zach? How you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm doing just fine, but So my back's still hurting.
Listen, man.
Oof. Hey man, I always see in chat and Discord. I'm glad we can finally talk.
Yeah. Like for these months, my internet was really weird. Like I don't know.
Hey, I know the feeling, man. Bad internet is one of the curses of our current generation. It's truly hard being a gamer. I feel for you.
Yeah.
Well, hey, let me ask you this, man. You, every time in the Song Suggestions channel, you post some great song suggestions for VR Radio. In fact, a couple of the songs we played today are your suggestions. How long have you been in the lo-fi sphere, man? You got good taste.
About like 3 months, I think.
Nice.
For like this, my second school semester. Every semester, I think. Let's see, like the genre of my music.
Yeah, if you had to describe lo-fi to someone that has never heard lo-fi, how would you describe it?
It's kind of chill, but it's bring you the feelings or something, or just like make you sad or make you feel happy. It's kind of complicated.
Exactly. That's the official description. It's kind of sad. It's kind of happy. It's a complicated genre. It's a cool one, man. I dig it. I like your profile picture too. It's chill anime. I'm digging it, man.
Yeah, thanks, man.
You know, sweat. Well, hey, Zach, good chatting with you. A nice short chat.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, man. Hope you have a good Thursday.
Yeah, thank you.
Peace. Folks, defining lo-fi is a difficult question. I've heard it described as a nostalgia for that which has not happened. I've heard it described as sadness. I've heard it described as happiness. Either way, I'm glad the lo-fi wave is happening here in 2019. We got one more song for you. It's About Time by Fat John. Keep it real, folks.
1 to the 2 and a 3 to the 4 and a 5, 6 and a 7, 8, 8, 8. Got to set it straight. 9, 10.
Hey, thanks Lackland for the contribution.
Against the clock, been racing the rock, and you won't find nothing that'll be making me stop. So don't even give it a thought. Time can never be bought. We've argued, quarreled, and fought, only to find that it's all about time. It can never rewind. Only fast forward and eject. So show respect. We've all been given a set amount. We gotta make it count. Everybody seems to think that it's running out. I wake up in the morning and walk into the day to see people moving every which way. So let's go. Okay, it's me and you. Time in life. I live mine by the rhyme. Rolling with the flyest design to get a move on the rest. I get my groove on the best piece of wax and chill. Got no time to be acting ill. There's a void I need to fill to make use of my skill. Build and climb to reach heights, unattain, change your mind. And don't lose sight of the original find. You gotta keep it together, y'all, cause it's about time. Gotta keep it together, y'all, cause it's about time. It's about time. Minutes, hours, days, weeks, and months. Plenty of time on the pot to get the piece you want. If you really keep it real, then you cease to front. Put on a show for nobody unless it's on the stage with a mic, 2 decks, and some hype. Party people in the crowd, that's the kind of the like. It's my time to shine for my folks at home. Me and this microphone coast in time zones. Waiting for the second hand to smack these rhyme clones. And then give me a pound so we can dip in the zone. Time is my homeboy, what y'all didn't know. We go back to my melody and radio. Even though he's mad cool, he's still still shady though. Done me wrong on occasion, always keeping me waiting. They say patience is a virtue, but time's a motherfucker. Always thought he was legit, come to find he's undercover, creeping up on that ass, either slow or fast. And don't make the mistake of thinking you can outlast. Don't stop. So keep an eye on your watch, cause sometimes it's the time and that's all you got. You think not? Keep an eye on your watch, cause sometimes the time is all you got.
Hey, thanks, Breedos. Much appreciated. And Lachlan, welcome back. Thanks earlier for the contribution, brother.
No matter how you measure sunny rain or stormy weather, the time is gonna make it through whatever. It's never ending. I'm recommending that you pace yourself. Like me, if you need a hand, take some help. We all in this together, we can do whatever. Don't ever say you don't have time. That used to be a favorite excuse of mine. And there's no such thing as free time or spare time. Time is a constant. A lot of people don't know the time, so they take it for granted. They don't know what's going on the other side of the planet. Over there they got a different time, a different frame of mind. No matter where you are, you're still just in time. Time is everything, most don't understand or comprehend. It doesn't have a start or an end. Just when someone's time is up, someone else's begins. Said it before and I'll say it again. It don't stop. We're just slaves to this word called time. Check your watch. I said it before and I say it a lot. We're just slaves to this word called time. Check your watch. That's the shackle. Like that, Cause it's about time.
Yo, what's up, Chubby Dubby? digging that name right there. What's up, Jake and Jarrett? And goodbye, Bug Jesus. Folks, thanks for tuning in to VR Radio here on Thursday. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Remember, the waves of negativity may crush you, but the waves of optimism are much stronger. Also birds.